Welcome back, peoples of the Idjit Nets.
The Idjit Nets?
It's the Idjit Nets. What's wrong with the Idjit Nets?
Uh, I guess nothing.
We are on the Idjit Nets.
I like to refer to it as the interwebs.
Well, okay. I don't have anything else to go with this. We are talking about Shimoneta. Is that how you?
Sure, I do not even want to attempt to pronounce this.
Oh, Shimosika. There you go. Whatever.
What?
That's what it said. Well, like it's the long version is Shimoneta Tulu Gainen ga Sonzai Shinai Taikutsu na Sekai. That's it. That one. Otherwise known as a world or a boring world in which dirty jokes don't exist.
Oh boy.
So, on a scale of like 1 to what the fuck did I just watch? How do you rate this?
I feel like us talking about this is gonna get us banned on YouTube.
It's not. It's cleanish. It could have been way worse.
I don't know, like, just some, like, I don't,
Okay.
okay.
Should we start off simply? Like, simply. Alright. Yes or no?
I don't know how to respond to that.
How do you know if it's yes or no? Do you recommend it or
Let's put, okay. Before you go on a tangent.
Oh, wait a second. Why is this me going on tangents?
Because you're freaking out.
I just want a yes or no.
Okay. This show, it's very much my kind of, it's kind of, okay. How do I want to word this?
Oh, yes, because our 3 viewers are really going to judge you harshly.
Oh, shut up. You're going to judge me harsher than anybody.
And when has that changed anything?
Fair enough. The show had a lot of humor and a lot of like situations that I found to be very, very, very funny. But I do recommend it if you don't mind like very, very like heavy like sexual situations.
I mean, yes.
Like that's the biggest thing is like okay. This almost crossed into like some of the stuff was like almost borderline with like Sister New Devil in my opinion.
It was
Like on levels. Certain places were. It's just they didn't show anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of showing things, it's not that bad.
But I'm sorry, there's just the flat out part where one of the characters straight up like goes into the main dude's house and like pins him down, strips naked, and is basically just about to have like just go to town on him.
That was near the end, right? Like the end got
No. This was like just before like the middle.
Oh, I was thinking of like Mr. Dirty White Underpant Man.
No, I'm referring about Anna.
About Anna?
When she busts into Okuma's house, or not busts in, but like
yeah,
when she first starts like stalking him.
God, that was creepy as fuck. It was amazing.
I kind of figured it was gonna happen. Like I pegged it so early, like it was so obvious. Where it's just like
it was obvious, but it didn't make it any less like comedic.
It was hilarious. Just like how bad bad she wanted that dick.
Okay, should we? Oh my god. So
Like it was so bad.
okay,
Just some of the stuff they did was so bad.
should I start off with how I found this?
Okay. Yes, and then if you go, like, I'll let you do the summary for this, even though normally we do it, the person who watched it does it, because it's like I don't think I could accurately summarize this show.
Okay, so this show starts off by okay, well, I shouldn't say it starts off. Okay, I should start with the setting. The setting is a world in which dirty jokes don't exist. It is illegal because the Japanese government is monitoring the actions and saying, or actions and conversations, so that they have a special police force take those people and remove them from society.
A special morality force.
So they want to, or yeah, it's, well, not morality, but morals, yeah.
Well, that's what morals are. It's morality.
But
It's the moral. It's morality police force.
yeah, but there's kind of a difference, because normally you think morality is like, you know, like if people are being nice to other people, and this one's just don't talk about sex. It's about it. Anything about sex, it's a no-go. So sex ed is completely gone. No sex education. There's no
I don't think there's really swearing either.
no swearing, no verbal, pretty much anything. Oh, I found the picture.
It's it's why yeah, then as a result Japan has the highest quote unquote moral like standard and like standing
Yeah,
amongst any other country.
yeah. So that's the focal point, is that nothing that happens in this world is actually funny to them, because in this version of reality, no one knows what's going on.
Yeah, they don't understand like basic human like like
No human anatomy. No
they don't understand the concept of like love.
yeah, love, lust. It's all just a giant confusing pile. I love it. But
I love it.
I love it. This show is genius.
Like it is a very interesting idea.
Okay, so how I ended up finding this, and this is with I'm living with Chris now, who's my new roommate. You can say hi, Chris. Hello. So we were watching the show, and we decided to scroll down some of the comments, and he found a GIF in the comments that's the same GIF that I am showing right now, that I have been using forever, because it's completely, I don't know. Like, I don't know what was going on. Why is there this girl, like, wiggling her tongue with cross-eye? I don't know what's going on. So I thought it was funny, so I, like, posted it everywhere, not knowing what the source was, and I was trying to find the source forever and just gave up on it. And in this comment section, it was like, oh, this is the show that this comes from. So I jumped on it right away, and Chris was along for the ride, and best show I have ever found in a comment section anywhere. It's, oh my god. I have laughed so hard.
Jesus.
What is going on over there? Yeah, this is a party.
It was my alarm. It was one of my alarms.
Oh, gotcha.
I hopefully caught that before anything happened. Before, then nobody would report us for copyright.
I don't think anyone cares. And it was so
No.
short that nothing would happen. Anyway,
Yeah, it's a song from Persona 5,
it's
and
a transformative work we're talking here.
yeah, Atlas is very, very yeah about their music
Okay.
being posted on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. So we have this world where these characters know absolutely nothing, except there are a few that do know some things. Not exactly everything, but they do know some things.
Because
Because they're terrorists.
well, it's also the reason why they know this stuff is because of their parents. Because it's not something that was implemented like generations upon generations ago.
Yeah.
This morality came from their previous generation, and not everybody agreed with the fact that, hey, we need to monitor all this stuff. So all like the teenagers and children and stuff like that were kids when this was implemented.
So
So
this is an abrupt transformation.
yeah, so like a lot of adults were not okay with it, and some like very early like teenagers and stuff like that still understand like what like quote unquote dirty humor and stuff like that is.
So we've got Tanakuchi. Is that how you, is that
Tanukichi
Tanukichi?
or
Tanukichi.
Okuma.
Akuma. I think Akuma might be easier. So Akuma, his dad is a pretty famous terrorist, and he's trying to get away from it because he wants to be like Mr. Nice, goody two shoes. You know, like I'll be Mr. Morally correct, and uh, immediately runs into Kajo.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
am a Keijo or Kaijo. I think it is
it's
Kaijo.
Keijo.
Keijo.
Yeah, it's Keijo. So immediately runs into her, and she is just social terrorist.
Yeah, he's the first time he sees her.
She's in just a white bed sheet and panties over her face.
It honestly reminds me of a live action movie in Japan called Hentai Man.
I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to.
I've I've never seen it myself, but like somebody, it was a few years ago. I think it was one of my friends showed me a trailer for it, and it was literally just a superhero that a quote unquote superhero that just wears underwear over his face.
All right. Well, that's a thing that exists, I guess.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right.
I think it's kind of older too, so
Oh, well, that might be something that we have to look up now. And
no.
I'm scared. Um, so he gets introduced into this school, brand new school for him, and immediately gets promoted to the student council because what new kid does not get promoted immediately to the student council? And um, Keijo is student council vice president or accountant. I can't remember. She's in the student
Uh,
council
she's
along with.
Vice.
She's vice president. Yeah, she's vice president along with Goriki. Um,
Yeah,
and
Garuki, and
Anna.
then Anna. Yeah, and the thing is Okuma is trying to be like this, like he wanted to go to the school that he's going to is known as the one that has like like the highest like moral code amongst all of Japan. So meaning like all of the student base is very ignorant.
Yes, they are very much under the government's thumb at that point.
Pretty much, they don't understand anything, and he wanted to go to that school for one reason. He wanted to be close to one particular girl, not in a quote unquote romantic way, but it's because she's the one who, when everybody else was was like basically looking down at him as a kid for having his father be like a big quote unquote terrorist, she was the only one that reached out to him, and she's like the symbol of like purity and like his guiding light to wanting to be a better person and like follow moral standards, and that's Anna.
Yeah. So
And
Anna has her own problems.
Good God.
Anna has her own problems. I have to
She's
say,
a
watching
she's
this
her.
show, my mom got used to like the most obnoxious laughter coming from the back end of the house because
Dude,
like
I
it
was
resonated throughout the house. Like it was,
I couldn't stop laughing
I
like during most of this.
I couldn't either. I just couldn't stop laughing. It was so good.
I felt like my throat was gonna cramp because of how much I was laughing.
Okay, so should we talk about people's problems then? Because I guess that's the huge thing, right? Because yes, there's a narrative to it, but really it's about the people and their own mental issues.
Okay, so yeah. Oh,
So
by the
we've
way,
got
finishing up like the whole summary and stuff like that.
oh well, I mean
Um,
this kind of plays into it.
Keijo kind of like forces Okuma to help her with her like Euro terrorism.
Yes, because she otherwise would reveal his dad to Anna. I believe is the reason.
Or no, she would call the government about I think it was like sexually harassing her or something like that and like lie about it.
Oh yeah, no, that was a whole thing in and of itself, which was super fucked up.
And yeah, it
These
was
characters are messed up, man.
yeah, she pretty much blackmailed him, but then he realized that he liked doing it
Yeah,
because his dad was very like his dad taught him like it's not wrong
yeah.
to like just
Sexuality isn't wrong. And then like
yeah.
minds exploded and
Yeah,
like
like it's so he understood and stuff. By the way, at the new school, one thing that kind of played a interesting, like played a good factor as to one of the characters was the fact that Okuma came from a school that was no like his previous school was known as one of the worst schools for moral standings.
yeah, I think that's part of the reason why they wanted him in the council too, was to like keep a closer eye on him.
Also, they wanted a perspective on somebody who knew what
Oh yeah,
all the
because they
dirty
didn't
stuff
know
was.
what dirty stuff even was.
Exactly.
So they're like, how do we protect against dirty stuff when we don't know what that stuff is?
Yep.
Protein in urine samples. It sounds bad, but we don't know why. Like that's so like the worst idea. Like what? Oh my god, it was too funny. So so we have Akuma who we've been talking about and Kaju, well, whatever.
I'm just gonna call
Words.
her Ayame.
Ayame, yeah, there you go, Ayame. And then Atomi is an artist, right?
Yeah, she's an artist that comes in like I want to say maybe like episode 5 or 6.
Yeah, episode 5 or 6 becomes a very key member of the team because she actually figures out how to draw with her mouth because her hand is being monitored by the bracelet that makes it so she can't talk about sexual things without getting in trouble. So
And it's even funnier because like she got blackmailed. She blackmailed Akuma
yeah,
because she saw him being one of the terrorists, and she's just like, I need your help, basically helping getting closer to my muse, which was Anna. And
yeah.
Otomi
So
doesn't understand that she has very strong feelings towards another female.
the, the whole thing, such goddamn train wreck. Then we've got your favorite character. I don't even like. We don't even have to talk about favorite characters because we know exactly who yours is.
Fwa, she's so awesome.
Who is the one
Actually,
who is directly next to you in our little profile pictures? The one with the green hair, very tired, and believes that the melding of flies has something to do with reproduction.
she's very, very, very fascinated on how reproduction works. She doesn't know, and she's a scientist, so all she's not doing it for like bad standing. She just wants to know to know.
Can I just say that the freaking flies doing it on the big screen was like one of the gold moments where I didn't think the show could get any better.
I was gonna like let me say this though, between her and then towards like the middle of the series, like I started to really just like Anna a lot.
Anna the freaking psychopath.
she's, she's so crazy.
I'm so like she hits like
Okay, so Anna's character is very the thing is like she's very like the golden like she's supposed to be like the white shining light of morality in the newer generation because her parents are like the two biggest officials that actually got like the morality like laws and stuff pushed through and like accepted
yeah,
by the government.
You might have changed your hair color, but I know who you are. Fucking.
Are you making a Mirai Nikki reference?
Yes, exactly. That is like her character right there. Like she's.
So, okay, we keep talking about like Anna being a psychopath, like when she's the golden light of morality. The thing is that in one of the episodes, they're trying to find a stalker that's stalking Anna. Well, during the whole thing, Akuma runs up, decks one of the guys, and is like falling over. He fell over and onto Anna and kissed her.
Yeah.
And she couldn't understand the kind of feeling she had.
So
She she thought it was like pure love.
Yeah, pure unadulterated love,
But
and
in reality it was just she was horny as hell.
and so she decided that in order to get his attention more, so that they could be together more, she had to crack down even harder on all of
She
the immoral stuff that Akuma and Ayame are the ones distributing.
and she thinks that the more she cracks down on it, the more Akuma will love her.
Yeah.
And you could tell Akuma kind of had a little bit of feelings, but then he starts developing feelings for Ayame.
Yeah, Ayame. And then there's Penis Head Girl.
Kasuri.
God, what the fuck?
I hated
I
her.
hated her too. I'm like, no.
Like the moment she was introduced, I'm like, she's gonna betray them.
Yeah, like you
Like
can
it
tell,
was.
like right away, like she's just gonna be a fucking turd. you're like you're colorful and that's bad. Like
You're very, very like wanting to ride the bandwagon, and that's bad.
yeah, like you can't be all for the bandwagon just because the bandwagon's gonna fuck shit up. Like you have to be on the bandwagon because you're like freedom of speech or like like greater good. Like you can't be like I want to punch some motherfucker in the face. Like it's not how this works.
Oh God, I can't just stop thinking about all like the creepy things Anna's done.
Oh my god. By the way,
Like
I
one of
completely replaced my picture with Atomi doing the tongue thing. Because it's the best.
Oh my God.
It's been going on like this for like the entire recording.
I guess that's fine. But
I guess that's fine.
God, just the bottle of quote unquote water that Anna has Akuma drink.
Yes. Yes! Oh my god, I almost forgot about that.
Dude, that just becomes...
I almost forgot about that, like, completely.
It's so wrong.
Oh.
It's a bottle that's filled with, in her words, her love juice.
Well, like, them trying to make, like, pocket pussies and, like, dildos.
Oh my god.
That was fucking hilarious. Like, just, like, how does this work?
And they don't know what it is.
Yeah,
And
well, like, they're like,
the fact that
how does this feel? And it's just like, I don't know, I've never done it before.
like one of the female ones that was made that they got Flaw to help make because she didn't know what she was making.
Oh, and Anna's like
Anna,
going off. Oh my god,
because
that was so funny. She's like,
because
oh,
Akuma was trying to hide it, and he's like, "Oh, it's a gift for you.
It's a
Oh,
necklace."
she made it into a necklace.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. No, she made it into a necklace because it was just like that little egg thing. And he's like, it's not done yet, so I might as well take it. And she's like, no, I'll just make it into a necklace. And oh my god,
It gets turned on,
and it doesn't stop. And she's going fucking ape shit. Oh my god, that was funny.
Like, I'm sorry, but like just during that, like probably like 3/4 of the way through the series, I'm just like, dude, just give her what she wants.
Yeah, just give her the dick.
Like, why are you complaining?
Well,
I'm just like, Anna's attractive. Just do it, dude.
Well, no, the problem is that he's in the weird situation where it's not the moral thing, and the whole reason why he liked her was because she was the moral beacon, and like that all of a sudden is out the fucking window. Like, this show is a mess, and I loved every second of it. So, should we get to some real world stuff? So, what did you think about the end?
I thought it was a good place to end off. They ended off where like it could have just ended there, where it's just like, okay, like in your mind the story continues where they still fight and like they are making progress.
Because the manga actually does continue from this point.
I figured it would.
But the show is pretty much dead.
I figured this is a very, very like abstract concept of a show, and I figured it wouldn't do well enough to get a second season.
It did. It did do well enough. In
Really?
fact, it was really good. Yeah, it went over very, very well. The problem is the voice actor that voiced, I can't remember if it was Anna or Ayame. I think it was Ayame. Ended up passing away. And they didn't want to replace her.
Oh.
So
that's sad.
So it's a very, very but it's a really sad ending for like a real life sad ending for such a great show. I'm kind of sad that they weren't able to find someone else, but I can completely understand why they didn't want to.
Yeah, like just leave the character as is. Like it's a good memory of the voice actor.
Yeah, but
well, good is a very
what little was uncensored.
I just found it amusing that like her like in the show Ayame's version of a dirty joke was just saying the words.
Well, that was
with no real. It's not there were. I'm like, that's not even a joke.
Well, that's just the thing. Like that isn't like it's a lost art because.
And even Okuma was like, you could tell he was even just like, that's not even jokes.
Yeah, like Akuma's just like cringe. Like
he's the only one that's normal. Like
normal
to put
in
it
air quotes.
Well, okay, like as normal as you can really be in that kind of society.
No,
like it's the fact that he's not.
I'd say he's not normal in that society. In our society, he'd be normal. right?
That's a better way of
Yeah.
wording it.
In our
Bec-
in our society, he's the most normal person out of all of them. But
because because it's the fact that he has a bottle. He keeps a cork on like his sexual and like his un quote unquote unmoral standards.
immoral. Yeah.
Yeah, his immoral standards. But like he knows how to control his feelings, and like he knows what stuff is, and like he doesn't act upon like urges and stuff like that and everything like that. Like he's he understands all of it, and like he knows how to respond and act in situations,
Yeah.
as opposed to people who don't know, and then they just go crazy because their
Exactly.
bodies are just taking over.
So, um, yeah, no, we actually went through a lot of things and didn't even get sidetracked.
Yeah, I would actually be tempted to track down and continue reading this.
I am too, but at the same point, I'm all like,
You
oh,
you don't like manga very much,
I'm not a huge comic reader.
which that's no, there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's why they do anime.
Yeah, but I wanted more, and like it's like, well, you can have it in this form that you're just not very good at.
I'll tell you this. I'll find the series, continue reading it, and let you know if it's
If
like
it'll keep my attention for long enough.
if it's just as good as the actual like anime itself.
Yeah, because I think that does like the delivery does matter a lot.
Oh, by the way, we should mention one thing about Anna that's just like the icing on the cake for her is the fact that they don't pay it too much attention. They just accept it as normal. Her super ungodly human strength.
Oh yeah, she's the freaking Hulk.
No, she's more like Supergirl.
I'm gonna say Hulk because like it's only when she like completely loses her shit does she do it. Like
Well, no, when she's like being serious and like hunting down people as well, trying to
she's scary.
she is like, and it's the fact that in like the last episode, like they're riding a gondola up like a mountain, and she falls from it into the forest. Akuma's just like, "Oh my God, Anna!" Like as she's
Don't worry
falling,
about Anna. And then
it's
like
like,
the
"Don't worry, her
forest is
super strength will keep her safe."
yeah, the forest is like blowing up behind her. Like oh, that's
Akuma, and that just makes Akuma like fear for his life.
oh yeah, yeah. That's just God. That I love this show. I love it so much. I'm tempted. If there was a second season, I would totally put this on my top five.
Yeah, like if like it might it's kind of got up there a little bit for me as it
It's
went on.
yeah, it's such a good show. I can't emphasize that enough. So
Can like just a couple more things like just this is just going off more things we liked from it. Just one of the big things that got around that like Flaw was really into was the yaoi that Otomi was making
oh my
between
god,
Okuma and
the,
Go
the
Goriki,
yeah, Goriki and Akuma were
the stars of their own yaoi
the
comic.
stars of the Yaoi comic. And by the way, those comics were awful. Like, just
And
the
they
titles were like, what the fuck?
just the fact that Garuki or whatever, he he was very obviously like into men.
Yeah. And
What
like
he would
Akuma's
what
like, just go away.
and just his oh my God, that was disgusting. When they like those other like group of terrorists invaded the buses and asked him to give them like they're asking everybody to give them their underpants, and he goes, "Oh my God, that was disgusting." where he's wearing the very tiny like pink bra and like women's panties.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my god,
Like he takes it off
Grookey,
and
why?
ev everybody's reaction was just
Yeah,
everybody just starts throwing up, and that even played a factor into the last episode.
no, that's just gonna be glossed over. Thank you.
Like I'm just saying, like Akuma used that shock factor as a way to like get something back from the evil dude
Mm-hmm.
in the last episode.
God, just so dumb.
It's like when he
It's
when
so dumb.
Hiroki,
It's so fantastic.
it's so nasty.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of anything else that like I want to talk about, but
Like if like this if it sounds like something that you guys could like anybody who's actually made it this far actually wants to like with us talking about just how kind of quote unquote bad it is, uh take a look at it. It'll make you laugh.
the worst thing about this show is that it ends after one season.
I will say that.
Yes. All right, we are in agreement for the worst thing about the show. Yeah, no, I don't think I have too much else in. I mean, like just in terms of like plot and development, like setting itself, fantastic, just awfully fantastic, like horrible and just amazing at the same time. I love it. I'm glad you liked it. In all honesty, I was all because my friend was like, yeah, "I'm not sure if he's gonna like it." I'm like, "He better freaking like it!" Like,
I was gonna say you know like kind of what my favorite like I guess like genre in a sense is.
I
I
mean,
I like
this doesn't
I
fit in
like
your genre though.
I like good humor. Like
That is true.
I like perverted humor.
That is true. But like, usually I end up giving
When
you
it's
like,
done good and when it's done well.
see, that's what I thought. Because we were talking about SYD, and and like this is where like I know that everyone draws this parallel with SYD, and I'm sorry for bringing it up, but in all honesty, this or SYD,
Oh, between the two?
in between the two,
It's been a while since I watched SYD. I think
because we did an episode on that not too long ago.
we did a special on it.
Yeah, we did a special.
But the thing was is that you couldn't recall too much of the series. Or no, it was like no, I'm thinking of something else. Um, no, one of the
Because I rewatched parts of it. And...
honestly like I almost liked this one a little bit more. Reason being is because like SY like this had a little bit more of it had a more linear story.
Yeah.
Like there was progression. SYD is it's just like Ichizone. It was all just like each episode was like something different, but SYD was even more notorious for it because it's like every episode had like 3 or 4 mini episodes in it. Because that's the way that the manga was set up in for SYD is the fact that every column was its own story,
Yeah.
and then that became its own little segment of the episode. Meanwhile, for like, I didn't get a chance to look at Ichizone's manga, but I'm guessing like every like chapter was its own thing, not just every like 4 panel column.
Yeah. Well, like what I don't know. I liked it more just because it actually had like good setups.
Like
Like the jokes hit home because the setups were there, right? Because
yeah,
like
like
there's a lot of like, oh, well, random sex games in like, oh, we're doing this thing, and then all of a sudden it's gotta do it with sex,
and then there's another, and then you got to look at, and then meanwhile in like this newer one, it was like, oh, it's like introducing. The easiest way of saying is introducing like porn and stuff to somebody for the first time who's never known about it.
yeah,
And like not explaining like what's okay about it and like how you should feel and react to it.
goddamn IdgetNet, we are so spoiled.
We are so spoiled.
We are so spoiled. So I don't know. I really like
Yeah, so like it like you said, it hits more to home
yeah.
than just random than just like sets and stuff like that. The only thing SYD has for it is that it's got 2 seasons.
Yeah. SYD with the double seasons, but I just like the storyline, like how it's all coherent, how they actually have to go through some sort of planning at some points.
Yeah, like they're yeah, because that's they need just need to.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise they're gonna get caught and
Yeah.
bad
She's
things are
not
gonna
just
happen. Like,
yeah, she's actually like going about it in an intelligent manner. No matter how she talk, like no matter how Ayame talks, she's actually thinks things through and is very intelligent about it.
yeah, exactly, and that's kind of like it's really interesting how they use that dynamic, right?
Yeah.
Because yes, she's like off the wall and just at times just completely irrational, but it all has like some sort of end goal, some sort of focus, some sort of angle.
Yeah. Like she does and says stuff for reasons.
Yeah. Not necessarily says stuff for reasons, but like actually plans more than one step ahead.
Yeah.
Except when she's talking. Her talking is not very good.
No.
She's bad.
No.
But yeah, not everyone's perfect. So that's a good.
Anna's perfect.
All right, so we're 42 minutes in.
Oh damn!
So
This is like one of our longer episodes.
because it was amazing.
Yeah, we had a lot to talk about.
So thumbs up for me, Greg.
I pretty much already said my opinion on it.
Thumbs up from Greg. I just wanted a confirmation, man. No, because it was like thumbs up, thumbs up. We're good.
You just weren't listening to me during the entirety of this episode.
But no. It was a wrap up, right? Like we're to the beginning. Yes from me. Yes from you. Like wrapping it up.
No.
What's happening next week?
Nope. Just don't listen to me.
What? I can't hear you over the shut the fuck up. And then tell me what we're doing next week. Wait, that doesn't work too well, does it?
I did that to somebody before. They're telling me to shut up, and then like they like finally after they told me once, like I just stopped talking to them and everything, and then they started asking me questions, and they're just like, "Are you ignoring me?" And then I just put in my phone. I just held it up and said, "You told me to not talk," and then she got mad at me.
Yeah, go
figure. Well, anyways, yeah, so next week I am recommending something that actually I learned about it, like I heard a lot of people talking good things about it. We are going to be doing Yuri on Ice.
Time out. Didn't you hate the last gay one?
Yes, but I've heard really good things about this.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sorry, but like I don't think you could get as yaoi as Love Stage.
Love Stage
unless you were
straight.
Yes, like we've already said our piece on that one.
Yes, but like
you and your Kappa pride.
Oh, I don't have the Kappa Prides automatic. I can bring up the... Never mind. I'm not going to bring up Kappa Prides. I might have to during this next review, though. That's going to be...
But yeah,
just,
so we're... So yeah, we're going to be doing Yuri on Ice.
Thanks a lot, Dick. just end the episode there, like, no. That'd be like the funniest end ever. All right, so next week, Yuri on Ice. It's gonna be owie. Spoilers.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys wanna leave suggestions, go ahead and do it.
Oh yeah. Yay!
Sell out.
Yay!
What?
Gay?
I'm for this video?
No, the next one.
I'm talking about for this one.
For this one? For this one, if you have ideas,
That's what I was saying.
I'm running out. No, I'm not. I'm lying. But it'd be fun. I like shows. I think Greg's running out. Help Greg.
Bye.
Bye.